Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry, it's been few weeks since I did my last live stream broadcast here on my channel. Just been really busy with everything and the Tokyo Game shows this week, and just been taking care of some house projects and whatnot for the most part, priority stuff. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do my best to continue to be consistent and whatnot. Just got a lot of things going on really quick. Trying to get some other projects done for the most part. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this nice and brief or whatnot. Just talking about what we saw this past week. A lot of cool things. Tokyo Game Show just happened. We saw Microsoft's Tokyo Game Show announced a bunch of cool stuff, the ROG Ally X pricing and everything like that. Um, and obviously that thing sold out. Already sold out in the Microsoft stores, and I don't know, like Amazon, I believe Amazon and Best Buy has been sold out as well already. Both the Asus Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X. The Ally X is 1000 with the higher, storage and everything like that. You can put your own extra additional solid state drive in there. They gave you a walkthrough on that on their site as well, and there's YouTube videos. Obviously, people walking you through that if you want to learn how to do those types of things. Pretty much very similar to like if a lot of you who upgraded your storage and your either your PC or like obviously your laptop, more likely be an idea of like kind of when you do on a laptop side of things, taking that back chassis off and everything like that. But yeah, really cool stuff. Cool to see new hardware out there launching 16th of next month, whatever. Really awesome, really awesome. And we also had I think the PC gaming show was either today or tomorrow or something like that. I think they announced for Tokyo Game Show. I know Tokyo Game Show is about to wrap up here after this weekend, I believe, or something like that. But and then obviously we're on to like holiday releases, things like that, and then the Game Awards coming up in December as usually do, and then kicking off the next year with like new games and things like that. So I know like for like Microsoft, I know HoloLens 2 is coming out in February 13th and whatnot. Day in Game Pass, so that's kind of like kicking off a lot of things right there for Game Pass, new games and whatnot, and Microsoft partnered games. And then obviously we got next year we got Halo, got Gears E-Day, Forza Horizon 6 coming, Fable coming, possibly Blade coming. We'll see what Elder Scrolls 6 is at. Maybe that's a 2027 launch. Obviously, new Call of Duty every year, as it is. New content and seasonal content for Sea of Thieves, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Diablo 4, Overwatch, things like that. So tons of stuff coming every year moving forward. And new IPs and stuff like that we don't know about yet. That are still going to be like shadow dropped a surprise for us next year as we get ready for 2026 in a few months here. Um, but yeah, anyway, other than that, yeah, just some announcements we had. If you see the sign behind me, this is an Xbox. Microsoft turned everything to an Xbox, even the PS5. They don't care where you play at. Just you can access their games via Game Pass or on the rightful platforms or cloud gaming, or you can access buy the games on Xbox, PC, PlayStation. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to get some games. First one that they announced was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle coming out next year for the Switch 2. Excuse me. And that's from Microsoft's first party Machine Game Studios via Bethesda. Um, so yeah, a lot of cool stuff to getting excited for. Microsoft's constantly launching plenty of first party games, indie games every year moving forward now, and then some at a high quality AA and AAA size rate and whatnot. So really fun times. And So I've been playing around. It's nice to see that what they did was they released globally, as I put a post up about it on my YouTube channel as well, like a little short video of it. So across all PCs and laptops and other devices as well. Obviously, the upcoming ROG Ally, Xbox Ally, and Xbox Ally X, you're going to have that unified storefront. So now you can just bypass having to launch your Steam or Epic Game Store GOG apps. You just get whatever games you have installed in your device. You go to the Xbox app, go to my library, and all your games are labeled for what you get, where to be Xbox, Windows, Battle.net, or Battle.net, I mean, Steam, Epic Game Store, things like that. All your games are in one place, so you just launch from the Xbox app and you're good. You don't have to go to the Steam store, Steam app or any of that stuff. Reason for that is obviously Microsoft has over a 1.6 to 2 billion plus install base, largest operating system in the world globally over anybody, even Apple's 300 million install base, and Android, well, not Android, but Google's 500 million install base for their Chromebooks or versus the Chromebooks and MacBooks and things like that. Not mobile. That's just I'm talking about the computer side of things. Now, when it comes to mobile, it's a different story. You got a billion and some change of Android and Samsung devices out there, and you got a billion plus iOS devices out there. Two different worlds. Yes, similar operating systems, but two different devices and whatnot and stuff. So um, obviously, with Microsoft's near 2 billion or more operating system with Windows, especially Windows 11 now that Windows 10 next month will be discontinued, except for they're extending the security of things for Windows 10 users, but with technology, you got to move forward with stuff. You always got to move forward. You can't stay in the past. You got to come up with new technology. That's just the way it is. So people need to kind of like get that out of their head, like, oh, I want to keep. No, you don't want to keep the old tech. Time to upgrade. Just upgrade to the new stuff. It's not that hard. It's very simple, simplified. It's very useful. Better security, better options, better open source type of stuff, everything like that. And especially with coming around the cusp, we've had Windows 11 for some years now, for like about a handful of years or more now. Um, and they're getting ready to launch Windows 12. Difference is Windows 11 with all the cool features it still has with it, they're going to support that even a little bit longer than what they did with Windows 10. So they're even when Windows 12 comes out, it has core gaming at the core of it, AI at the core of it, cloud and things like that, and other new innovations that they haven't talked about yet that they'll introduce, both enterprise, commercial, and residential, consumer based things to use tools, whatever how you want to use them for what you want to use it for. Those will be introduced to us in the near future. A lot of us Windows insiders have been around for Windows insiders for over 10 plus years, like myself and obviously Xbox insiders and stuff that like that. I'd imagine in the near future, probably early next spring or something like that, late spring, maybe they'll introduce something and say, "Here, here's some cool features for you insiders to check out. Let us know what you think as we get ready for a launch of Windows 12." I think Windows 12 probably won't launch. I mean, I don't think it'll launch next year. I think Windows 12 will probably be something like a 2027 launch or something like that, but we'll see. But anyway, really cool stuff to get excited for that on that front of the tech stuff, the big techie stuff, for the most part for productivity and tool base and developer tools and software and services that you want to use and stuff like that for your businesses or your personal use, whatever it is. So cool stuff. So there's that. So yeah, they announced a lot of amazing cool things. Next year we could very well see the um, next gen Xbox PC hybrid. I will say it to myself. I know people like to use that word console. I don't like to use the word console no more because consoles are done. People are going to PC. The next gen Xbox, it's not a console. I'm gonna still stick to my guns with that one. It's not a console. Have I talked to Phil Spencer personally, those guys? No, but I have friends that work at Microsoft still. Some retired, some still there. That came down to New Orleans to help us rebuild Louisiana. I had a lot of Microsoft execs and Apple people there as well. Do a lot of cool fun. Have seen their checks come across the desk to get more new supplies and stuff, drywall, mudding, taping, things like that. Other things for the volunteer camps to keep volunteers entertained or just any extra bedding, things like that. So a lot of stuff I've seen there in the past years ago when I was working with a lot of those guys that I still stay in touch with, but I don't need to put all that, that information, those emails and stuff like that I get from them every time to time, like what's cool stuff that I know about that's going on. Um, excuse me. It's going to be anything but a console. It's going to be a next gen PC with Xbox label on it. That's just what it is. And I love it because developers are tired of limitations of consoles. So that's why we're not going to use that word console. That word console is going to be probably more likely eliminated from the industry because you know, people don't. We're not doing limitation stuff anymore. We want people want full fledged scalability on their devices and stuff, and not have to be limited to a certain frame rate. 30, 60, even 120 frames is outdated. It's old news. Let's get, we're moving past that. Devices are hitting up. You see monitors and devices hit 240, 500 frames, 1,000 frames a second. Yes, they are. If you look on the store, there's plenty of 1,000 frames a second. 4K monitors out there and stuff. It's a thing. 8K monitors with PC gaming, 240 hertz. Uh, for hardcore enthusiasts. If you paid attention to CES last year, in January, they announced 16K with the next gen with the 96 gigabytes a second, new HDMI 2.2, whatever you want to call it. 24K is going to be introduced in January next year. Guarantee it. At at their 240 hertz, something like that, whatever. 60, it's 30 to 60 hertz. They showed off with 16K, but technology moves like the speed of light. Let's be real. Next year, they're going to show higher frame rate, higher resolution stuff, um, or higher hertz, whatever you want to call it. But it's moving on beyond that. This is why I say Microsoft's next gen PC hybrid, the proprietary one, and their third party partners who are making their own variations of it. It's a full on next gen PCs with Xbox labels on it. You pick the size and scalability of what, or you pick the size and or whatever branding you want of the different style of Xboxes that will be coming out from the first party Microsoft and third party partners of Microsoft next year moving forward. There you have it. So that's what it is. Um, and people are like, "Oh, these things are going to do for." Again, it's a PC with an Xbox label on it. It's going to do more than what 4090s and 5090s doing or equivalent of, and that's what you're getting. You're not getting this APU shit that we've been using for like 30 years, whatever. No, it's not, or 20 years now. It's not happening like that. So I'm tired of people saying, some of these people that make these podcasts saying, oh, yeah, it can't. No, it can, and they're going to do it. The only people I say, and I stress this really bad, the only people that know what's going on is Microsoft. And even these people in person, they'll tell you one thing, but obviously, more likely it's going to be something far more powerful and far more different than what they told you because they're not trying to spill the beans to you and everybody else, plain and simple. They want to keep it close to their chest. Gaming is meant to be fun and exciting, and that's what Microsoft's it's constantly doing it here. So, with that said, next year we get new hardware, obviously, which is going to be awesome. Um, and there's so many different devices now, like you can play like on your TV, your phones, obviously, laptops, everything, stream, whatever it is you want to do. How you want to play your games. It's really awesome. Like the game industry is changing for the better, and Microsoft's hitting 3 billion people in devices to play Xbox games, and they're loving it. They're loving the options. They're loving the fact that they buy the game one time via Xbox Play Anywhere titles, which is pretty much all of them pretty much now. They buy it one time. They play it on their Steam Deck. They play it on their laptop via the cloud. On Xbox Series consoles right now at the moment. Future next gen Xbox PC hybrid hardware, the handheld that's coming out, or your full on PC desktop, whatever it is. You can even play it on your MetaQuest. You can play these things on other OEM devices like the Rogids, the Oakleys, the MetaQuest, Oakleys, whatever. They just came out. Ray-Bans, all that stuff. Pick the controller, connect to it, you're good. Simplicity is that. And people like consumers love simplicity and having access to their games wherever they're at. So with that said, that's really cool. We also saw so Xbox did their showcase, PC gaming did their showcase. We did see a state of play from PlayStation, which was pretty good, pretty cool that they showed off their Wolverine game finally that's coming out next year. So we'll see if that actually hits launch next year for them. If not, I can see them delaying it. Who knows? We'll see. Um, excuse me. Um, but that Sony's kind of like in a rut. They don't have the money that Microsoft has, and they closed down a lot of studios and a lot of developers left. So they're giving you one or two games, if that, a year. Everybody's talking about, oh yeah, the PlayStation 6. I'll say it again, there's no PlayStation 6. If there's anything, it's probably a next gen portable hardware from Sony that's dockable. Won't be that powerful, but do the equivalent of a PS5 or maybe PS5 Pro to not be dockable, whatnot. But that's about it, with maybe some new software features possibly. But that's where that is. The industry moving forward is with Microsoft, Embracer Group, Tencent, Capcom, Ubisoft, EA. Uh, let's see, what is it? Take Two, obviously, and Sega, and a few others, and like over 40,000 plus ID Xbox studios that are making big AA, AAA size indie games or create Microsoft's generating them all the 40,000 ID Xbox studios themselves with over billions of dollars a year to where these small studios can continue to make the studios bigger and larger, make bigger AA, AAA size IP in their own studios and stuff, expanding the developers and universe of the game industry. It's a 500 plus billion-dollar industry and growing. So, and it's all about making money. It is a business, and nobody's subsidizing hardware anymore, as they shouldn't be anyway. Uh, you pay for what you get, and that's just how that works. You want more power, you're going to pay more. You want it entry level, then you get it at a good consumer friendly price if that if you call it that. But a lot of hardcore enthusiasts like myself, I like the high end stuff like that and the high powerful things. So I'm gonna go with the higher end, powerful devices, whether it be PC or the next gen Xbox PC hybrid, whichever one I decide to go with and whatnot when they hit the market and whatnot. So really awesome stuff. So yeah, they showed off a lot of stuff at Tokyo Game Show. We saw some more of the Ninja Gaiden. Let me see here. I got my little notes here. Look at my phone really quick here just to kind of get an idea of what's that. So they showed off Terminal Brigade, which is Terminal Brigade. Sorry, my sinuses are all messed up right now from the change of weather, allergies, I guess. Terminal Brigade. They showed that off, which is available right now. I started playing it. It was kind of but it crashed a couple of times, but I played a couple sessions last night. It is a PvE looter shooter, really fun game. So I got that. I've been playing that, whatnot, a little bit. And they got Winter. They announced Winter Burrow, which is like a little cool indie game, a little mouse got character and whatnot. Obviously, they announced Forza Horizon 6. That's coming next year. That's based in Japan, which everybody's been asking for. And then you got, those will be launched. Those will be launched obviously day and day in Game Pass with the likes of Blueprints, Clear Obscura 33, Expedition 33, Hollow Knight, Silksong that are already on Game Pass right now. And then we got next month, on the 17th of next month, Keeper coming out. The 21st of next month, Ninja Gaiden 4 coming out. 29th of next month, Outer Worlds 2 coming out. Uh, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, November 14th. Obviously, the ROG Ally X is coming out next month. Let's see, they announced Japanese maps, world updates for Japan World Update for Microsoft Flight Simulator that's available now, I believe. Age of Empires Japan-inspired Heavenly Spear expansion, which launches next week as well. Or this coming up week, yeah, I should say. We got the Black Ops. There's a few Japan maps set in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Um, Bethesda showed off they showed off some Japanese created content creator or modded camps and whatnot that people built at Fallout 76. We saw the announcement of, excuse me, Gungrave Gore, Blood Heat, Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven, which is actually was a shadow drop. Monster Hunter Stories 3 is launching next year, day and day in Game Pass. And we saw some more gameplay of 007. And we saw more gameplay of, I think it's called Mistfall or something like that. It was the second map of Mistfall that's coming out next year as well. And a few other, games that went out there. They announced, quite a few. And then, what was that? Another one. Oh, a game called like something Evil Born looks pretty good as well. So a lot of cool stuff coming out next year. They announced for the Japanese market as well. On top of what we already know we're getting next year and in 2027 as well and stuff like that. So, um, a lot of cool games to get excited for. The Black Ops 7 beta, early access beta, if you pre-order or if you got Game Pass, starts next week. I want to say on Friday. If the sec, that's just, I think the first is Thursday and the second is on Friday, next Friday, or I should say it was Saturday today, so this coming up Friday, I should say. Um, and I'll go through for early access, both Game Pass and pre-orders will go through the second to the 8th of October, and then everybody else is from the fifth that didn't pre-order it is on the 5th to the 8th. So that's really cool stuff and whatnot. Checking that out, and I'm really excited for Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a multi-billion-dollar franchise compared to other first-person shooters that's been dormant for a while and just coming out with their new game this year, i.e., Battlefield 6. Again, I'll stress the fact that Call of Duty is going to continue to have 50 to 80 million plus concurrent players and sell buckets of games. I see some folks out there that was like, "Oh, Battlefield 6 is just coming out. There's 9 missions, so it's maybe a 6 to 9 hour game, depending on how fast you go through these missions, whatever it is." Um, Microsoft owns Call of Duty. Just like Black Ops 6, they're going to make their campaign. This campaign probably for Black Ops 7, I'm going to say probably that this campaign for Black Ops 7 is probably going to be about the traditional back in the 360 era of 12 to 13 hours. People play it for the multiplayer. Call of Duty makes tons and tons of money, hand over fist. Battlefield 6 is not going. Battlefield 6 is not a multi-billion-dollar franchise. It lost a lot of steam after Battlefield 4. So let's be real about that. Call of Duty is always good. Like I said, the Call of Duty is moving. People buy casuals and regular people buy hardware, whether it be right now consoles or PCs and whatnot, and they play a lot of casual gamers play one like certain only a few games a year. They buy the Madden, they buy the FIFA, they buy Call of Duty, and everybody plays Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, Overwatch, Diablo, and that's what that is, right? And obviously people play, race car games with with Forza Horizon. Those are the main big multi-billion-dollar games, and many that Microsoft owns outside of Fortnite. Microsoft owns 20 plus multi-billion-dollar franchises, and those franchises continue to grow and get large all the time, especially now that Microsoft, not only they've already made tons of money just on the exclusive platforms of Xbox and PC and cloud for recent years. Now they're even expanding that even more to PlayStation and other devices now. So they just all they're doing is just making more and more money, making these franchises even larger than they've ever been. So some of the people that want to sit there and say, "Hey, Battlefield now, Battlefield's a cool game, but it's going to sell maybe 5 to 7 million copies right off the bat, but it'll probably have a current player base of maybe 10 to 15 million, right? Everybody's going to migrate. Everybody's going to play, not migrate. Everybody's going to be playing the hell out of Call of Duty, Black Ops 7. Everybody and their mother plays Call of Duty every year moving forward. Call of Duty is too massive of a franchise and Battlefield can't handle that. Let's be real. I like Battlefield, but Battlefield is nowhere near the size and scale of the popularity of what Call of Duty is. Let's just put that out there as facts, plain and simple. So, yes, Microsoft owns them. Microsoft's a $4 trillion plus company and surging, and and they're making those first party studios even better with more assets and finances than they ever had before, plain and simple. And they're making these games and franchises of Microsoft's first party studios. Microsoft's making their Xbox first party studios larger than ever, plain and simple, and they continue to do it. And these games are everywhere, plain and simple. You just saw Microsoft Flight Simulator be announced for the PS5 during the PlayStation State of Play. The first time Microsoft first party studio have been on a State of Play. But Microsoft's like, hey, when everybody plays, we all win. And that's what that is. And everybody's buying more uh, first party and third party hardware from Microsoft more than ever now because of that reason. Because they know that everything's an Xbox now, plain and simple. And so you see the PlayStation's going to start putting things, and it's already been there. People have been looking at source codes and things like that. Was it, yeah, source codes, I think they call it. Source codes and whatnot, if you will. And they've been seeing like games like Lego Horizon, um, rumor of Days Gone, Horizon Forbidden West, a couple others coming to Xbox. See, Microsoft doesn't need the money. They're just making additional money on top of the tons of money they've already made from their customers, and then some. So now they're taking the money of the customers of the PlayStation brand because PlayStation doesn't have any first party games over there. So Sony, they actually need the money, so they're going to put their games everywhere. Whether Sony fans like it or not, they don't care about your feelings. It's a business. This is what they're going to do, whether you like it or not. Um, don't like to be harsh about it, but that's just the reality of things. People need to grow up and understand business is business, plain and simple. Uh, it's a massive industry, and I love that Microsoft is doing for me and tons of other people I know doing one for gaming, doing one thing and one thing only. What gaming is meant to be is fun. Gaming is meant to be fun and exciting, and that's how I embrace it. I play a bit of everything now more than ever. I have Game Pass on my gaming laptop and stuff. I got a high-end gaming laptop here uh, with a newer version of the RTX graphics cards from last year, and the laptop. I know it's not a 50 series, but it's a more updated previous generation series, whatnot. And I'm sitting there rocking it out with my i9 processor, ultra core, love it, you know. And I got all my ray tracing and path tracing stuff, and I got all my games via Xbox Steam at the game store and my Xbox app. I can have everything access right there. So I mean, I'm living happy. I'm loving it. I'm loving it where the industry's going and where it's going to continue to be. So yeah, and it just shows how big the massive market of Microsoft's really getting a footprint in the Asian and Japanese market. I think because I saw other podcast guys, I was watching and stuff like that as well on their podcast channel, and I didn't know about this, but they Microsoft just hired a lady to head up the Xbox Asia market and whatnot over there too. So that's pretty cool. And she's a former PlayStation executive and whatnot, so she's now working with Microsoft. So that's pretty cool. Um, it's cool to see like different the Japanese markets and stuff like that with Xbox over there with their games and stuff because they're catering. Tokyo Game Show is catering to that audience over there, as your Gamescom caters to that audience in Europe and UK, and then our summer's Game Fest and our direct developer direct caters to everybody else in the world, especially the United States, Canada, Mexico, the U.S. continents and stuff, right? When they do their June showcases and their developer directs and stuff, so they have it. So they can market with everybody and stuff. So really excited for it. Really cool. Um, so yeah, I just want to come on. I wanted to come on here and like embrace the gaming industry as it is, has it's continued to grow. We're getting more diverse of IPs and stuff like that as we should because not everybody plays the same game, and I'm so excited that Microsoft was over here at Tokyo Game Show Express and turning everything that you see on the screen and then some into an Xbox. And they're like, hey, get Game Pass, play whatever you want, wherever you want, however you want, the way you want, right? That's how it should be. Open source, open market type of deal. And the Microsoft's hitting those strides and then some. So and innovation is obviously going to get better and better with like different pieces of hardware or high-end consumer games in the future. I mean, Microsoft's got patented HP chipset holographic processing units, neural processing units or NPUs. They're putting on the next gen Xbox as well, and PC hybrids, and other devices, and OEM devices and whatnot. And that broad horizon and everything in future tech. And we and it's like it's just really awesome that they also have next gen quantum computing, machine learning technology, and chipsets and silicon that they patented as well that other partners, third party partners, and even competitors are using this stuff. So it's really cool that they're doing. Microsoft's doing a lot of things like and this is what I love about Microsoft. The reason why Microsoft's so massive and big and stuff, they're light years ahead of everybody else in the industry, and they're in the tech industry and gaming, whatever you want to call it, best of both worlds, is because they're open source. They're like, hey, we're making these innovations and tools. We're showing you how we're going to use it for our consumers and then some, and our partners, whether it be federal government, state government, military sector, healthcare industry, um, space exploration, as Microsoft been doing for recent years, in a big way for all these entities and stuff, to consumer, to the retail consumer, to even like restaurants, hotels, things like that, nursing, automotive industries, everything. Like they got all these big tech companies are not just making stuff like computers and stuff. They're making stuff that's far beyond our comprehension, but it's none of our business to have that because sometimes a lot of those things, like I said, those are like for military sector, federal, state government stuff, space exploration, bigger enterprises, entities, and stuff that they partner with that have technology that's light years ahead of everybody else. The stuff that we can't even fathom because that's not for us. That's for uh, the big dogs that do a lot of amazing things that educate us about like space and things like that and travel and all that stuff. So that's just part of that industry right there. So really cool stuff. A lot of things in technology, and it's like I said, it consistently moves like the speed of light. I know I was talking about the Tokyo Game Show, and I know this turned more into like a tech talk, but this is what my channel is every Saturday. I geek out about the new technology, and I love that for my love for gaming as well. How this technology, how these tech, some of these technologies, not all, some of these technologies feed each other in a high tech world and the gaming industry. Um, we're not going to get all the stuff that's being used for like obviously like the military sector, things like that. That's not part of gaming. That doesn't need to be in game. You know what I'm saying? It's certain factors and stuff. So, but when it comes to virtual world and gaming, stuff like that, like these next gen graphics, the mechanics and stuff, that these hardware pieces of hardware, and the cloud streaming stuff, and the options, and as the internet connection continues to get better and stuff in this country, sky's the limit and stuff like that, as you say. So a lot of cool things that are coming out there and whatnot. I mean, this is an Xbox. You know what I'm saying? These all over mobile phones and everything is an Xbox. And our TVs are Xboxes now. And laptops, like I said, PCs, desktops, all that stuff. Wearable technology, like VR and stuff like that. Those are Xboxes as well. So, really cool stuff though. But so yeah, just wanted to, I know it's kind of like all over the place with this. It's been a while, it's been a few weeks since I streamed, but I had a lot to talk about. But I just wanted to come on here and touch base a little bit. It's going to be a little more structured. Soon, like starting like next month, moving forward, it'll be more structured, scheduling wise and things like that. Best of my ability, but everything, we all have lives outside of the content creator stuff that, priorities and stuff like that we have to do as well. But yeah, I just want to get on there and just talk about that. The Tokyo Game Show was great. I thought it was fun to watch, both with Xbox and what PlayStation had a show. And I didn't watch the PC gaming one, so I need to go and watch that and whatnot and see what they showed off there. But I've been playing. But yeah, I've been playing. I started playing. As you guys saw on my channel, I'm putting up some more videos later on today, and well, another video. I'll put more videos up over the coming throughout the whole season though. But it's season 10 of Diablo 4. It's called Infernal Chaos, and you get this chaotic armor during the season that's actually has more features, a bit more powerful than even mythic uniques in armor and stuff. Um, I hope they do a little bit more special like effects for the mythic uniques, since those are like a permanent thing in our attached to our accounts. Really would love to see Blizzard just kind of like sit there and say, hey, you know what? You get the Paragon 200 every season, start maybe next season or season 11 or whatever, or maybe this mid-season they'll change something. I don't know. But we have, I mean, ever since like all of us in our seasons since the launch have so many mythic uniques, whether it be one GA or up to four GA attached to our accounts, but we have to go back to the previous season to use those and play those things. It would be nice, in my personal opinion, if we could sit there and have up for a discussion with the developers, or maybe somebody's already touched base with developers and thought about this as well. I'm pretty sure millions of people have, and they hear us loud and clear and stuff over there at Microsoft and Blizzard. Um, Paragon 200, when you get to a certain level, after you hit after you hit your main level 60 and you go to Paragon levels and stuff, it'd be nice to see at Paragon 200 we can actually access our mythic uniques, moving forward. Even if that we already found some extra ones. I mean, people sell these things all the time on their on the Diablo online shop and stuff like that with each other to trade, and like they do like the auctions and things like that for like in-game real currency type of stuff with that. So like for billions, whatever, of coins and stuff. Because I mean, Diablo 4, I'd say right now, by the time you can get to like Paragon 20 or 30 or something like that, you probably like have like 10, 20 billion in-game money and stuff like that easily, no problem, because you're collecting it all the time throughout the games, dungeons and all that stuff and everything. Especially when you do world bosses and tormented bosses and different events and missions, things like that, side quests and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff that comes together when you go to like break down older gear that's less powerful than the gear you got. You get different materials and stuff like that. So the craft, other things are utilized for other things. So yeah, I mean, I'm playing the heck out of that, having fun with it. I love Diablo. Playing a little bit of, probably gonna play a little bit more of. They got double XP this weekend for Black Ops 6. Might jump into that a little bit. Been playing Deep Rock Galactic Survivor a little bit. It's like Vampire Survivors, but you can actually, each stage has a boss and stuff like that. Instead of like the Grim Reaper and Vampire Survivors just coming at you and one shot you unless you beat them. Um, there's a lot of games out there like Vampire Survivor that does their own thing though, just in that mechanic of like you can go to stage kind of deal if you can make it to like this stage and then go to this stage, whatever. Might play around some more. Probably gonna play around some more of Terminal Brigade a little bit. We'll see. Just bounce around between different things, really, I just reinstalled Dead Island 2 from my Epic Game Store account. Um, so bouncing between those things. I like to play horror games during the Halloween season. Now that we've been well into Halloween season and stuff now, especially with October coming around the corner next week. Um, yeah, it's a lot of fun stuff. But thank you guys for watching this. Again, I apologize for being all over the place and not so much of a structure. I just get excited for gaming and tech and try not to talk too fast and stuff so people can understand me. I geek out about this stuff and I get happy about it, and so yeah, it's really a fun time to be a gamer, embrace it, have fun, play whatever you want to play, playing games out there for sure now moving forward, more than we've ever had in the past. So really amazing stuff, especially for Microsoft first party studios, a lot of third party developers, especially Embracer Group and Tencent getting out there. You got Capcom launching a lot of stuff. Uh, with especially next year with Onimusha and Resident Evil 9 Requiem coming out and stuff, and then you got Take Two coming out with Grand Theft Auto next year and whatnot. They just launched Borderlands 4. Um, let's see. I mean, EA's got Battlefield 6 coming out this year. You got Ubisoft working on some stuff. They just launched new content for Assassin's Creed in the Japan window. Is that Assassin's Creed Shadows? Sorry. Um, and they obviously got stuff going on with still with the Division 2, which is crazy. That they're putting up there. Um, you got Warframe. They launched some new content as well. First Descendant launched new content. Just tons of stuff. Halo Infinite launched a new season and stuff. People are playing like crazy and stuff as well. Uh, Obviously, Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, Roblox. That's and Fortnite, Overwatch. Those are always the big banger ones as well that people play. The casuals, a lot of the kids play and stuff. Tons of new content there. Microsoft Flight Simulator got some the new biomes and updates to their new world updates and stuff. To like stuff like I said, the Japan update and stuff. Um, let's see. There's a lot of play. There's lots to play. I mean, you got Chronos, the new Dawn that just came out, so, horror game. Silent Hill out that just came out. They just came, and that's a horror game as well. Um, Geez, like there is a lot to play, and it's awesome. I love it, and we still got plenty more to come up this year. This right before the end of the year. My biggest thing, I'm really excited for Ninja Gaiden 4. Been able to play the hell out of that thing multiple times. Definitely excited for Outer Worlds 2. Obviously, Black Ops 7. Once that gets close to launch, I'm gonna uninstall Black Ops, uh, 6 and put 7, get 7 in there and whatnot, because we know those installs are pretty damn large, um, and whatnot. So, let's see, yeah, and then just play a lot of Diablo, as I always do. I know that Forza Motorsport, they launched new cars, and like they have a big old, they have different, they always added new stuff to their to tracks, the events, things like that. They have the IndyCar event, which is pretty awesome that they've been having it there for a while, a few months now or more. That's really cool. Forza Horizon 5, there's a lot of cool stuff there. Obviously, a lot of events like they have like different libraries and stuff like that. In season events going on there as we get ready to for Forza Horizon 6 in Japan next year. Um, and there's just I didn't play Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I mean, I haven't played a lot of some of the new games yet, but I'll get around to them. Um, I know Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater came out recently as well over the summer or whatnot. I think Ghost of Yote came out recently for PlayStation fans, so I think that came out recently for PlayStation. And then you have Sonic Racer, Sonic the Hedgehog Race and Sonic Racing and whatnot that just came out, which is selling like crazy. People are enjoying the hell out of that. Um, let's see, we had and obviously let me see what else we have there. There's a lot, man. I'm trying to think of like what else. There's a lot, so much that came out. I was trying to put like see what the heck came out. There's a lot of games that came out, like a lot of cool stuff. But you'll see it then. I mean, obviously everybody's playing right now. It's football season. People are playing EA College Football 26 and Madden 26. So that's that. And then also FIFA now called FC 2026 just came out as well for the soccer fans out there. So yeah, really cool stuff. But that'll do it for today. Again, I'll be back on next Saturday talking more stuff about what's been in the news or whatnot, or as we get closer to these amazing launches of Microsoft's first party games and published games of Keeper on the 17th of next month. Like I said, that's day and date Game Pass as well. Ninja Gaiden 4 day and date Game Pass published by Microsoft Xbox Game Studios. Um, the developers were Koei Tecmo, the original creators of Ninja Gaiden, and also Platinum Games. Uh, and then the other big one in October 29th is Outer Worlds 2. And then when we get to November 14th, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 steals the show, as we know. So really cool stuff. But y'all enjoy your weekend and be safe out there. And yeah, nice to have cool weather come around a lot of these places if you live up north and whatnot. So uh, blessings to all you guys and all my fans out there from Plastic, New York and whatnot. So and the rest of the world and everything to continue to support the channel and stuff. And just keep if you like the content, keep watching it, and checking it out. God bless you.